Why would he know where Ranger
You're
is
still
anyway?
looking for him? Well, like I told you before, I don't know. Yeah, my dad taught me when I was little.
You're making me something too, right?
Sure, my treat, Date.
I mean, we'll pay.
Omelet rice. Ota's omelet rice is so good it gives me stomach cramps.
Is that a compliment?
You're embarrassing me.
Well, Ota appears to have taken it as a compliment.
Why would he purposely eat that? Oh, my favorite food. It's fucking diarrhea.
Iris, about your coming back to life.
Hold it! What do you mean coming back to life?
Ah, you know, she's dead. As I tell Opa this. Why? Goo.
Date jumped into a parallel world where I'm
I
still
can't
alive.
speak anymore.
Tessa died?
Yep.
Am I becoming illiterate? About the parallel world. There, I
Hey,
still have sentences.
Can you tell
I
me
can
about this
speak.
parallel world idea in more detail?
Oh, sure. How should I explain this? Well, Oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, if we tie, nothing happens. We just shake hands. If I win, you have to give me something.
What if I win?
I'll do anything.
Anything?
Mm-hmm. Anything.
Date, your heart rate is rapidly increasing. Why exactly is that?
Alright, let's do this!
Okay, let's go! 1, 2, 3, shoot!
What should I throw out? Rock. People always pick scissors for some reason.
Shoot!
Ooh.
Tie.
The most boring result. Well, we agreed on the rules. Let's shake hands. Shaky, shaky.
I shook hands with Iris.
We just played rock, paper, scissors, right? We tied and shook hands. But in a different timeline, maybe I got a reward from you. Or maybe you could have seen me naked or something.
Why did I choose rock?
What exactly were you going to make her do?
So those timelines are what I'd call a parallel world.
So you think I jumped from a world in which you were dead to this one where you're alive?
That's what I think.
Huh. Parallel world, huh?
It's so odd
Can't
because
believe it, but...
on one
Sure you
hand,
can.
I don't
Parallel
really
worlds
believe it,
exist.
but on the other hand, that's
Do you know about
precisely
the
what the
Mandela
game
effect?
is. We
Or the
jump through
Bubba-Kiki
time.
effect? Or the 100 million balls? If I explained that, would you believe me?
Sounds really interesting, Tessa. I know some urban legends like that. The spatial temporal man, and the lost friend, and the story of two sisters.
I've heard people talking about it. I haven't. The two sisters?
So, there's this girl. Let's call her B. She's practicing piano in her room, and her little sister is watching TV in the same room. B asks her to turn the TV volume down so she can hear her piano playing, you know? So B goes back to practicing, playing a little bit. But her sister doesn't turn the volume down. She's not listening at all. So B turns around to scold her. She was really gonna let her sister have it. But she's gone. She's nowhere to be seen. She thinks, I wonder where she went. But then B hears her sister at the door. I'm home. B runs to the front door and sees her sister and her parents standing there. So B asks, when did you go outside? But her mom says, what are you talking about? She went shopping with me. B is really confused by all of this, of course. She asks her little sister about it, and she learns that her favorite TV show was on. And before she went shopping with her mom, she was deciding whether or not she wanted to stay and watch it or not.
So depending on her decision, a parallel world was made.
Yeah. What B saw might have been from the world where her sister stayed behind.
What about the third parallel world where she trips and dies?
There's this kid, A. He's in elementary school. Well, A had this close friend named Suzuki. One day, after school, they're walking home together. A turns around to tell Suzuki a joke, and Suzuki is laughing his butt off. And he's laughing and laughing, and he laughs so hard that his eyes fall out of their sockets.
What?
Well, they were hanging down out of his eye sockets. The nerves were still connected, but A is of course in shock and doesn't know what to do. Suzuki just takes his eyeballs and jams them back into his eye sockets and keeps walking like nothing happened. So A asks him about it. Like, hey, are you okay? Your eyes fell out. A is really concerned for his friend, you know? But Suzuki just says, yeah, I'm fine. He doesn't say anything about it. And by now, A is really curious. But he's not getting any answers, so they just part ways and go home. The story only gets weirder from here. The next day, A goes to school, and Suzuki's not there. A is confused and asks his teacher about it. Hey, where's Suzuki today? And the teacher says, Suzuki? Who's that? There's no Suzuki in this class. A says, what are you talking about? And he goes and asks all of his classmates about Suzuki. They all say the same thing. I don't know him. There's no Suzuki in this class.
So that kid must have jumped into a parallel world without Suzuki.
That's what I think.
How are the eyes remotely important to this story? It's just, what the fuck, Ota?
Yeah, it's sort of like a common experience. A lot of people have experienced waking up in an uninhabited world they've never seen before. And most of them describe seeing the same person. The spatial temporal man. He's supposed to be an ordinary old man wearing work clothes. The spatial temporal man guides people back to the real world. He tells them, this world is not for you, or something.
I'd like to meet him someday.
The lost friend?
Couldn't Suzuki just be an imaginary friend or something?
No, A was really serious about remembering Suzuki.
It is weird. And there's no way you can pop your eyeballs back in like that.
Well, not necessarily. There's such a thing as a dislocated eye. It actually isn't too hard to put your eye back in if it falls out.
Ota is correct. Dislocated eyes are easy to replace in their sockets. As long as none of the nerves or blood vessels were damaged, there are usually no lasting negative effects either.
Like dislocating your shoulder if you locate it
But that
back
doesn't prove
in
this Suzuki exists.
as fast as possible
I
before
guess
it swells.
not, but
And then will be no lasting damage after it swells or something?
I know a ton of stories like this. Like being suddenly transported 1 year into the future, and there's a missing persons report out for you. You look down at your phone, but you realize that it's not yours. It's not the one you remember having. You look through the contacts, and it's filled with names you don't recognize.
Sounds scary.
There's more, too.
Oh my god,
Like
there's
this town
more?
where everyone is Japanese, but they're speaking a completely different language. And all the signs and magazines and stuff have different letters. And it's not like Korea or China. It's the Japan we know, but the language is different.
That's a prime example of a parallel world.
Yeah, but you're just making up stories.
So, this elementary school kid, let's call him C. He goes to school and there's a bunch of things on the floor. Postcards, towels, a coffee cup, rice bowls, a sink, lots of stuff. But C realized that those were all things from his own house.
How did they get to the classroom?
No one knows. It's not like anyone did it on purpose or there was a thief or anything.
Maybe something happened that made two parallel worlds fuse.
Yeah, maybe.
Ota, Do less drugs.
This world is full of really interesting stuff. But you know the most interesting thing of all?
No, what?
That humans exist at all.
The universe developed in a very particular way to get here. If things were even slightly different, well, the galaxies and solar system and all of that might not have existed at all.
And that means humans would never be born. And even if everything happened exactly like that, the probability of human life developing is extremely low.
Yeah, but it happened.
And yet, here we are.
Literally any strand of reality has an extremely slim chance of happening. But something always happens. That's how reality works. It's like, yeah, sure, but like, it's not weird that humanity exists. It's just one of the possibilities, and this one happened. What does that have to do with 100 million balls?
Imagine a box full of ping pong balls, labeled 1 to 100 million. Would you be able to pick out the 1?
Not likely.
But what if there were 100 million of you?
Well, then one of us would definitely pick up the 1.
Exactly! The birth of humanity is so improbable that it's basically a miracle. But if there were multiple universes...
But no, again,
It
that's
wouldn't be
false.
strange that at
That's
least
faulty.
one of them had humans in it.
I can name any
describing
one
an
number, and
anthropic
the
principle.
number to take it out of 100 million balls is 1 in 100 million. But I'll always pick out a number. If something always happens.
Dante, look at this picture.
Okay, picture.
There's a famous experiment regarding this picture.
Well, where
We
this
show
one's
this
safe
image to
and
people
that
around the
one's
world and ask
scary.
a question. Which one is Booba and which one is Kiki?
This one's Kiki
Believe
because
it
it
or not,
sounds
98% of people asked have the
spiky,
same answer.
and this is
The
Boba
rounder
because it
one
sounds
is Booba,
yeah.
and the jagged one is Kiki. Isn't that weird?
No.
In other words, everyone thinks that Booba is a certain way and Kiki is the other. It applies universally across languages and cultures. It's like something ingrained inside all humans. Like worshipping the sun and the sea, or thinking that the mother is soft and the father is jagged. Regardless of your culture or background, you probably think this way. It's what Jung called the collective unconscious. There exists a second psychic system of a collective, universal, and impersonal nature, which is identical in all individuals.
It doesn't have anything.
That's what Jung said about it.
That has nothing to
Think
do
of
with
it like
parallel
bamboo.
realities.
Bamboo stalks look like individual plants since they're separated. But underground, they're all connected. Human psyches might be like that
You're telling
too.
me if I plant a
Connected at a
bamboo,
subconscious
it'll automatically be connected
That's-
to every other
Parallel
bamboo that
world?
ever existed.
Yeah! You
That
saved
doesn't
me in the
sound
dream, right? And dreams are all about our subconscious minds. So if you follow the roots,
You get to another bamboo stalk.
yeah, something like that.
Do I really need to listen
Do you
to
know
all
Nelson
of these?
Mandela?
Well, yeah. The former president of South Africa. He helped abolish apartheid.
He died in 2013, but a strange thing happened. When the news broke, people all over the world thought, didn't Mandela die in prison in 1980? That's the Mandela effect. It's when your memory and history have discrepancies.
It's the only one out of all of the Mandela effects that I actually know. All the other ones where people come up with these weird things, I'm like, no? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know Fruit of the Loom. I don't know. I have one piece of clothing. Apparently, I found out retroactively that it's from them. And I don't know the Bernstein Bears. I don't know any of these.
There are lots of examples.
But that one
Like
actually
the
is
name of
about
this
alternate
kid's book with the
realities.
bears having different spellings.
Ah, there you go.
Or people remembering that Kennedy was assassinated in a 4-seat car. But in our world, he was in a 6-seat car.
Huh.
I mean, people probably
I thought it was
remember
a
a
four-seater
four-seat
too.
car because
Or
what
that
the
electric
fuck is a
mouse from that video
6-seat
game.
car?
You probably remember the tip of its tail being black.
It wasn't?
Nope, it's all yellow. And the design didn't change.
Oh.
Lines from movies, company logos, historical events, and little things. The Mandela effect is everywhere. Why do you think that is?
Because people are stupid
Because
and
those
misremember
memories are
things.
from parallel worlds?
That would explain it, I guess.
No, people are just stupid and misremember things. Like how the phrase Luke, I am your father became famous. But that's not the line. People are just stupid, okay? The simplest solution is most likely the right one. People are stupid and there's no parallel worlds that you visit.
When did you two get so knowledgeable?
Oh, I don't know.
Tessa is always writing about this stuff on the internet. That's why I decided to research it too. That's how I learned all this stuff. Oh, hey, I know about conspiracies and secret societies too. I find that stuff fascinating. If you want, we could talk about those.
No.
Maybe next time.
Or actually, is there a
where's that
secret
omelet
society
place?
that makes travel to alternate worlds possible?
Done!
Alright, he needed the time to cook. Ooh, they're actually... Oh, let's see if they give me stomach scrub. Alright,
Bon appetit!
she ate. She just pick up a spoonful. But what? Then she died?
Tessa, are you okay?
I'm fine. My hand slipped. Let's eat.
Alright, and then we ate. There was no conversation. Just nom 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 nom.
Ah, thanks for the food.
And then she was re-energized.
That was good. Ota, your omelet rice is seriously the best.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Aw, thanks. I owe it to my dad. He taught me well.
Alright, I paid.
Let's get going, Iris.
Thanks again.
Thank you! Come back soon!
Alright, there's nowhere to go. Oh wait, yeah, there is somewhere to go. We need to go to here in the evening to meet So Tsushima, who knows Renju or something. My number one thought whenever anyone goes, you know this person, it's just instantly So Tsushima now.
Hey, Mama, it's me.
Dante, honey, what's up?
I'm heading over now.
Glad to hear it. Maybe I'll close the place a little early for you.
Sorry, but I'm with someone.
With someone?
A girl named Iris.
What? Is she a virgin?
Huh?
I'm not gonna answer that. Anyway, remember what we talked about?
Yes.
There's a regular here who is good. They should be here tonight.
Yes, we remember. We have memory in brain.
Oh, right.
Fun fact.
Are they coming tonight?
Yes, I promise.
Alright, then I'll see you there.
Okay, I'll be here.
How are you talking on your phone without earphones?
It's too lazy to explain it properly. I came over
I have an
like...
earpiece implanted in my ear.
Wow, cool!
I cannot recall it came in.
Date, it's the boss.
It's always the boss.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, Dante, tell me the situation. Did you find number 89?
If I did, I would have told you.
Aha. I see.
What was that about?
That was a cry from deep within my heart, Date. Do you realize how screwed I am? Go find number 89.
If I find Renju, I find number 89. I'm gathering information on Renju's whereabouts now.
Where?
Totoro's going to Marvel. And about what
Wait,
expecting.
are you trying to get her drunk?
She's not 21.
And if she wasn't a minor?
Hmm?
Well, whatever. I'm sure you have a good plan.
No, actually,
Find
they're all
those
dog
two and
shit.
arrest them.
Nothing,
Got it?
nothing I've tried in this entire game has remotely worked.